bringing you another one. I'm determined to go as far as I possibly can with this series in order to try and avoid any overlap between when I decide to review them, between reviewing the manga and reviewing the anime. Because yes, I am going to review the anime. But with that said, just getting into it, following up from the last chapter, this one continues to throw both Taro and Shin out of the frying pan and into the fire, as we learn through a brief interrogation that all these assassins coming after Sakamoto are registered members of the JAA, or Japanese Association of Assassins. And after Takan, the assassin we've been following up to this point, gets silent confirmation to basically a question he asked Taro, that whether or not Taro is an ex-order assassin, and the we're starting to see the pieces are really starting to fall into place. That whatever the order is, whatever Taro's former association with such an organization is, it's somehow tied to the JAA and has been mobilized to take down Sakamoto, which is confirmed all the more when two more assassins show up on the scene, Mr. Boyle and Mr. Boyle and Miss Obiguro, who I'm not gonna lie, these two characters are giving me some real Mr. 5, Miss Valentine vibes from One Piece. In fact, they might actually be even more psychotic than those two, as following up their introduction, Hana and Aoi drag Taro, Shin, and Lu into a haunted hospital attraction where Boyle and Obiguro are waiting for them. And one thing I'm loving about this set piece already, even though we just kind of got the setup for it, is the atmosphere that Yuto Suzuki is establishing, and how he's really leaning into this being a haunted hotspot. But what makes it scary is not even the attraction itself, but the very real assassination threat of needing to deal with Boyle and Obiguro. And it's combining that threat with the moody atmosphere that did make the back half of this chapter rather terrifying, just from the implications of it. Now, of course, adding to that though, we also have the fact that Shin, although still capable of fighting, is gonna have no use of his telepathy as a side effect from the supposed antidote. Which, yeah, I'm not gonna lie, I'm sure it cured him, but it's like, is that really an antidote if it's like taking away his powers or whatnot? If it's like limiting his powers or whatnot? But anyway, after being cured by the supposed antidote, so now he has to figure out a way to sense the opponent coming without the use of his power, which frankly I think is definitely a point. I think where Lu could definitely come into play, come into the spotlight now, because with Shin's powers out of commission, like, Lu kind of has to kind of pick up the slack and be the one to watch their backs now. So it's like, it would be kind of a cool way to incorporate her into this plot now. With that said, I do gotta admit, I'm a bit torn on how Aoi's characterization was handled in this chapter, because on one hand, she has clearly clued in that something is going on, but Suzuki has chosen to write Aoi in this chapter, where seemingly she's not gonna pry into until they're willing to tell her what's going on, which, at least that's my interpretation of it, which again I kind of admired for how it shows she basically does trust Taro and the other two, but on the other hand, I'm also like, Aoi, young lady, your life is under threat, so being willing to pry a little bit more than you are is maybe the better option in this scenario. Or at least for me, it would be like, I'd be prying left and right about what the fuck is going on with what the fuck is going on, what secret they're keeping. But again, I can't fault her on that because it's who she is. But it's also like, you could pry a little bit more, Aoi. Like, it is you and your daughter who are at risk here, you know. Again, that's for me what I would do, but I guess I always got different prerogative with it. And although On a lighter note, I do like how Taro, Lu, and Shin have the collective thought of thinking, it's daylight, not a prime not a prime not a prime time of not a prime time to really carry out an assassination. Only for the next panel to be Aoi like recommending the haunted hospital attraction, which as they say is unlike in broad daylight is prime assassination real estate. So it's like again good comedy in that regard. But okay, getting back on track. I do want to talk about talk a little bit more about the JAA and Order connection, because I'm not gonna lie, the reveal that they are collaborating to take down Sakamoto raises a heap of new questions surrounding him quitting the surrounding Taro quitting the organization. Because while the first chapter played it all up as a big gag, the fact of the matter is you don't go after someone this much unless they've got dirt. And granted, while I'm sure it's also a case of breaking the loyalty code that exists with a lot of crime syndicates in Japan, that I'm really kind of zeroing in that it's really feeling like half that's the whole loyalty, him betraying the organization, is only half the equation at this point. And then Sakamoto, he knows something about the order, about the JAA, that put Taro on the top of their target list. Like Taro knows something that they that it's he has the kind of information that both the JA and Order fear being in his possession, and the only way it goes away for them is if Taro dies. Like it's feeling more and more like Taro might be holding more leverage than we're aware of, and that they're actively just afraid of him in some respect. At least that's what I can. At least that's what I'm gleaning from all this, and it also looks like that whatever the order is, even Shin isn't aware of it, despite being a registered JA assassin. Like it sounds like the order is like some kind of. It's sounding like it's some kind of like from a secret squad or secret like secret group of assassins that exists within the JA itself. So yeah, like all these little pieces have been laid on the board for sure. It's just a matter of how they're how about what exactly is going on, what exactly these pieces are going to amount to ultimately. But yeah, guys, if you enjoyed the video, like, comment, subscribe. Follow me on Blue Sky, Annualist, Crunchyroll, and just hit the notification bell. Dark Knight of Anime, signing off. Later, everyone.